Dear children, welcome to 12th Mathematics, Inverse Trigonometric Functions. Please listen, this chapter is not so easy. You have to practice, you have to work hard, and you have to be very sincere to learn this chapter. First of all, I am making it very clear all the points which you should keep in mind while studying this chapter. So let us start this. Dear children, in 11th class we have studied about trigonometric functions from sine to cot. So what we are going to learn in this class? Before that you have understood inverse of a function in class 12th itself, but in chapter 1. Dear children, we had inverse functions in previous chapter. Now it is inverse trigonometric functions. Inverse functions we have studied in chapter 1. Very well you can remember. Inverse trigonometric functions, this is the chapter which we are studying. See this chapter, inverse trigonometric functions. So for this we must just recall invertible functions. See here, invertible functions must be very clear. I will just remind it once again. And condition for inverse function. See, in the previous chapter we have studied condition for inverse function. And what was that condition? There were two conditions. The function must be 1, 1 and on 2. See, up to this point 6, this is the very basic thing for this chapter. So I am highlighting these things once again. See, sine function, this we have studied in 11th class. See this sine function, graph of sine function. I have explained all the functions, and it was given as practice also that draw the graph of all the functions from sine to cot, all. See, 1 I am taking for example. See, if you understand 1, you are able to understand all. See, this is the sine function graph. See this. In 11th class, we have studied this, how we have drawn this graph. See this, these are the values. It is -1 here and 1. Minimum -1, maximum +1. And these are the values we have taken: 0 degree, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, and this side negative. You can have here minus pi by 2, this is minus pi, and so on. So this is the graph. Dear children, very important to note here that domain and range. What is the domain and range of sine function? Please see. Domain, what is domain? Domain is on x-axis. On x-axis, you can go from left side up to which value to right side up to which value you can go. This gives you domain. Now see this graph is going to left side to -infinity, and this right side also it can go up to +infinity. So domain is -infinity to +infinity, and it means R is real numbers. All real numbers can be domain of this sine function. Please be here. Now what is the range? See, domain is given from x-axis. See this. And range is obtained from this y-axis. See, domain you have just understood. Now range of sine function is up to which range it is going. Here see, -1, it is not going beyond -1 downward, and it is not going above +1 upward, it is not going. So its range is from -1 to +1, including -1, including +1. So we write here range of sine function is -1 to +1, and this is the notation with big bracket we put. So if you are taking -1 and +1 both, we put it big bracket, and if you are not taking this and these values, then we are putting